Start.
Hello dear students, welcome to the series of Design of Machine Element lecture. Myself Yogesh Gaidari, faculty at Mechanical Engineering Department, KK Bagh Polytechnic, Nasik. Welcome you all. In previous lecture, we discuss on spring terminology, and in today's lecture of Design of Machine Element, we are going to see the topic helical compression spring, and the objective of today's lecture is to understand strength equation of the spring, or we can say stresses induced in the helical compression spring. Already we discussed about terminology of helical compression spring, and today we are going to discuss stresses related to helical compression spring. So these are some terminology everybody knows. This is a helical compression spring. This is a helical compression spring, and this is the terminology which plays very important role while designing the spring. Everybody knows this terminology. Capital D is the mean diameter of the spring coil. Dy is equal to outside diameter. Di is equal to inside diameter of spring coil. D is equal to diameter of spring wire. N is equal to number of active turn. N dash is equal to total number of coils. Ls is equal to solid length. Lf is equal to free length. And pitch. W is equal to axial load. G is equal to modulus of rigidity. Tau is equal to shear stress for the material. Delta is equal to deflection. So this is the terminology and nomenclature, or we can say notation of the helical compression spring. See here, to find out the stresses related to spring, here I have drawn a spring. 2 to 3 number of turns are there. Here consider when stresses are going to induce in a component when it is acted upon a load. So we have to consider spring is in the loading condition. So W is equal to load which is going to act on the spring. So spring will going to deflect. When I apply a load on the spring, it will going to deflect, and while deflecting, it will going to twist. So it will twist like this. So first stresses, or we can say twisting moment, will going to create over here. So this is a twisting moment T, and as we know, twisting moment is equal to force. This is a force into perpendicular distance. So W multiplied by perpendicular distance means what? This total distance is D. So perpendicular or half of this distance will be equal to D by 2. So this is a twisting moment on a coil. So see here, T is equal to twisting moment that we have to consider W multiplied by D by 2. So this is equation A. As we know, when torque is transmitted, whenever there is a twisting moment or torque transmitted equation will be given by, for a circular member, T is equal to pi by 16 into dq into shear stress 1. So this is equation number 2. So this is also equation of the torque. This is also equation of torque or twisting moment. So we can consider that both are twisting moments, so it will be same. So A will be equal to B. Equation number A should be equal to equation number B. This is equation number B. So W multiplied by D by 2 will be equal to pi by 60 into dq into tau 1, that is torsional shear stress. So after simplification, tau 1 will be equal to, so tau 1 will be equal to, so 8, this 8 will move over here, 8 WD divided by pi dq. So this is equation related to torsional shear stress developed inside the spring due to direct loading. This is the magnitude. So I can say this is equation number 1. So hope here you will get this concept. Now move towards, this is the twisting moment first. Torsional shear stress. Now second stress that we have to consider, as everybody can see, whenever spring is loaded, directly loaded, due to direct load, spring, as we know, if I draw a turn, it's a circular member like this. This is a circular member. This is a circular in cross section. Spring is circular in cross section. Whenever load is there, it will going to oppose. So here on this particular area, when equal and opposite load will going to act in the on a component, here shear stress will going to develop. So this is a direct shear stress. So tau 2, and this is the area. So second, direct shear stress. Direct shear stress. So how to find out direct shear stress? So direct shear stress we can easily find out with the help of, as direct shear stress will be equal to, it is denoted by tau 2, and any type of stress will be equal to W divided by area. W divided by area. Here, area of cross section due to direct load will be like this. So pi by 4 multiplied by d square. So by simplification we can write like this also, 4W divided by pi d square. So this is the equation of stresses, direct stresses, which is going to act on the spring, and I am putting here equation number 2. So now we have two equations. Equation number 1, stresses due to torsional shear stress. This is a torsional shear stress, and the second is a direct shear stress. And suppose I want to find out a resultant stress. Resultant stress will be equal to, so third point, resultant stress in spring. So resultant stress will be given by tau. Tau will be equal to tau 1 plus tau 2. So already we have value of tau 1. So tau 1 will be equal to 8WD divided by pi d cube plus, this is the equation number 2, tau 2, value of tau 2, 4W divided by pi d square. So this is the resultant stress. If I take this term as a common term, I want to take common this term, 8WD divided by pi d cube. So what will remain inside here? 1 will remain inside, because as it is we are taking outside the bracket. So 1 plus, as we know, for getting this term I have to multiply it. For getting here 8, I have to multiply this equation, multiply and divide by 2. Here capital D is not there, so multiply and divide by capital D. Again, here is the d cube, here is the d square, so multiply and divide by small d. So this term will be like this. Okay. So here what will remain inside? So 1 plus d upon twice of d will remain inside the bracket. So see here, this equation we can finally write like this, is equal to 8WD divided by pi d cube 1 plus 1 upon twice of C. What is exactly C? Now C is equal to spring index, because instead of this, as we know, C is equal to capital D divided by small d. So here small d divided by capital D, so 1 upon C you can write like this, small d divided by capital D. So here I can put like this. So this is the equation. So this is the equation of resultant stress developed inside the spring material due to torsional shear stress and direct shear stress. So this, see here again one more thing, this factor is known as shear stress factor, and same equation I can write like this also. Tau will be equal to, this is the final equation, see here, now it's a final. This term I can write Ks is equal to shear stress factor, multiply by 8WD divided by pi d cube, or see here, capital D divided by small d is equal to C. So I can write like this, tau will be equal to Ks into 8WC divided by pi d square. So this is the value of shear stress. This equation you can write like this or like this. So this is the equation of shear stresses developed inside the spring due to loading. So and Ks is equal to shear stress factor. Ks will be equal to 1 plus 1 upon twice of C. So see here, up to here, hope you understand the concept of stresses developed inside the spring. Now, a last point that we have to consider, up to here, up to this equation, only shear stress factor is considered. But when spring is going to manufacture, before manufacturing a spring, I already discussed with you, before manufacturing a spring is a wire, and to manufacture or to convert this wire into spring, we have to provide this curvature effect. So this is a curvature effect. So see here, this is a curvature that we are going to provide on the spring. And what is the effect of curvature? Outer fiber will be in the tension and inner fiber will be in the compression. See here, when you provide a curvature, so this is what? Tensile fiber, and this fiber will be in the compression. So this factor is considered. Here this factor is neglected actually, and Walsh is one scientist. Walsh has considered this curvature effect factor, and then he introduced this factor which consider effect of curvature in the designing of the spring. So final equation by considering curvature effect for the spring will be, see here, will be tau is equal to K, or we can write KW into, equation will remain same, 8WC divided by pi d square. See here, what is KW? KW is equal to Walsh correction factor, which is taken into account by considering the curvature effect. So KW is equal to 4C minus 1 divided by 4C minus 4 plus 0.615 divided by C. So this is a Walsh correction factor, and this is a stresses developed inside the spring considering Walsh correction factor. So see here, we have finally, at the end of lecture, finally we have two values of stresses. One, a resultant stress considering shear stress factor, and second important equation, shear stresses considering Walsh correction factor, and this stress that we always use in the designing of the spring. Hope you understand this very important mathematical equation based this lecture, and this is very important for designing of the spring. If you like this video, you can share this video to your mechanical branch student, staff member. Thank you for watching this video. In upcoming video, I am going to tell you the effect of spring index on the Walsh correction factor. Thank you.